Yo, what is up guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna show you how to mix a hardstyle kick with hardstyle leads. It's something that you have been requesting for a long time, and well, here you have it. But before going to the video, I want to say that next week I'm gonna show you how to make a hardstyle kick from zero, from the beginning. So if you didn't want to miss it, I recommend you to subscribe, because this way you know when the video gets out, you don't miss the video, because I know it's something you want to know. And with that being said, let's start with this tutorial. For this video I decided to create a layer of leads and also a layer of chords, create a basic melody and basic chord progression, and it sounds like this. I know it's not the best melody out there and the best sounds, but well, for the tutorial I think it's good enough. And we also have two hardstyle kicks. This is the first one and the second one. So the first thing you need to know when you want to mix a hardstyle kick with leads is if the kick really fits. Not all the hardstyle kicks are gonna fit in all the songs, because it depends a lot on the sound you have, the emotion of the melody, the vibe of the song, you know. The first thing I'm gonna do now is check both kicks and let's see which one fits better to the vibe of this song. I know the second kick is a bit more modern and a bit more aggressive, but in my opinion it doesn't really fit that well. The first one fits a bit better, even if it's more classic and standard hardstyle. So I'm gonna go with the first one. Now that we have our kick selected is when we can start to mix our hardstyle kick with the leads. And in my opinion, the first and most important thing to start is with the volume. If you have the right volume, the mixdown of the kick and the leads is basically done. Of course, here again depends on if you want to have a more aggressive track or more emotional track. There are some hardstyle tracks that have the kick really loud and give a lot of aggressiveness and energy to the song, but also there are some other hardstyle tracks that maybe want to give a bit more emotion or so, or want to make the leads stand out a bit more, that the kick is not that loud. But well, for this video I'm just gonna try to put it in an average volume. This is our kick, and you can just go super simple and play the song and start moving the volume like this. But they have some tricks that can help you to know if the volume is good or if it's maybe a bit too loud or a bit too quiet. The first thing is go here and reduce the volume to the minimum, you know, that you basically cannot really hear it. Maybe a bit more. And also go to the master and put it in mono. This way you're gonna know better if it's a bit louder or a bit quieter. And from here just reduce the volume and start increasing it. This is too loud. And this is too quiet. So we'll leave it here, and now let's put back again the volume on the stereo, and let's play the song, and maybe we need to touch it a little bit. I think here is a good point to start. The second thing is sighting, but here you need to be careful, because it's not like in other genres like progressive house, big room, future house or something like that we have a lot more aggressive sighting. Here it's just a little bit of sighting that basically when you play the song you don't really know that there is sighting, you know? If we solo the leads and put an aggressive sighting like this one, when we play with the kick it's not gonna sound good. So we want, as I said, a really soft sighting that basically you cannot really hear it, so maybe 50% or even less. I still can't hear that sighting, so let's reduce a bit more. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna put exactly the same sighting on the chords, and maybe you can think that just this small sighting is not gonna do anything, but actually it's doing. These are the leads and the chords without this sighting. As you can see, especially in the first one, has a lot of attack. If we have the sidechain, we reduce that attack. So if we play with the kick without sidechain, sounds like this. And with the sidechain, sound like this. I know it's not a huge difference, but it gives a bit more space to the kick and it reduces a bit the attack of the synth, so this way the attack of the kick stands out a bit more. The third thing that is super important, especially in hardstyle, is the low cuts. You need to low cut every single lead and every single chord. And why especially in hardstyle? Because hardstyle synths are a lot more distorted, and when you add distortion to a sound, you add a lot of sub bass. And the more sub bass you have on the leads and the chords, the less space for the kick is not gonna have enough space to play, it's gonna sound dirty, and well, it's not gonna be a good mix. So for example, here I have the main lead and I have this low cut, and if I don't have it, look how much sub bass it has. It has a lot of sub bass, so you need to cut it. If we go to this second lead, as you can see, it also has a lot of sub bass, so you need to cut it. And if I don't have any low cut in any lead or in the processing in general, this is what happens. We have all this sub bass And depending on the sound system you're using to watch this video, you're gonna hear it or not, but there's like an attack on the sub bass. If I add this filter to the master, this is how it's gonna sound. So as you can see, it has a lot of attack and a lot of muddiness that you don't want to mix it with the kick, you know, you want that the space is for the kick. So always remember to use low cuts. And also on the chords, as they are lower, I recommend to always reduce a little bit on the mid-low, so this way you also give a bit more space to the kick. The fourth thing is to add a bit of transient or punch to the kick if it's not standing out enough. This way, as it's gonna have a bit more attack or a bit more energy on the punch, it's gonna cut through the mix a bit more. And it's so simple. To add a bit of attack, I just use the transient processor, and to add a bit of punch, I use the fab filter multi-band compression. So this kick has enough attack and punch, but just to show you, I use this one and just increase. If you play with the song without the transient processors like this, and with. As you can see, helps a lot. And if you think it needs a bit more punch, when I talk about punch, I mean around 100 Hz, you know, when the attack of the kit, that low of the attack. I just go here on the Fab Filter Pro MB, I put drums, and I put the low oomph. This one is gonna add a bit more attack in this area. And well, usually I don't have it like this, I like to have it more or less just 3 dB, something like that. Let's make this a bit steeper. And maybe move it. Without and with. So this was before and this is after. So as you can see, it helps the kick to cut through the mix a bit more. And basically the mixdown is done. I mean, with these 4 things, probably you're gonna have your kick mixed with the leads, you know, it's gonna stand out, it's gonna be at the right volume, it's gonna cut through the mix well, and everything is gonna have its own space. But here I have an extra tip, and it's to reduce a bit the highs of the kick. Hardstyle kick most of the time have a lot of highs that maybe can clash a little bit with the highs of the leads or of the chords, and can make the leads and the chords not stand out enough or don't have enough space and make it sound dirty and so. So sometimes reducing a bit the highs of the kick is gonna make this sound a bit cleaner. So right now it sounds like this, but if we go here and reduce a little bit, as you can see, the leads have a bit more space and sounds a bit cleaner. So well guys, as you can see, it's so simple to mix a hardstyle kick with leads. You just need the right kick, the right volume, a bit of sidechain, and just a bit of EQing. And just that, it's done. And as I said, remember that next week I'm gonna show you how to make a hardstyle kick from zero. So subscribe and don't miss that tutorial. So well guys, don't forget to leave a like if this video helped you. If you have any more tips about how to mix hardstyle kick with leads that I didn't show in this video, just put it down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.